let's enter the sports talk radio portion of our conversation, which I know you love. I know you love answering questions that there's not all the information for you to use. There's not that we don't know free agency, we don't know draft. But how sustainable are these Seattle Seahawks to get it going again and do it again and potentially turn into a dynastic squad? Kurt, what do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sustainable. I think they've got a lot of young players on this football team. You know, a lot of guys within that 4-year range and less. And as you said, free agency and contracts. How does that all work out? JSN obviously became a superstar this year. Two-headed monsters at the running back position. What happens there? But you got Sam Darnold on a pretty favorable contract for a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I do think it's sustainable, and because I do think they have a lot of young pieces. I will say this is that I think they have to get better if they're going to be a dynasty, in my opinion. I don't know if I felt they were, a great team, on both sides of the ball the entirety of the year. I thought they were a good offense, not a great offense. I thought they were a really good defense or a great defense. But I do think it's sustainable when you look at the pieces and the fact that they don't have a bunch of household names, a bunch of guys that you go out and say, oh my gosh, that's a guy that's going to demand, huge money in free agency and all of that. I'm not sure they have those guys. And I think that was the beauty of this team was there was a bunch of guys that contributed, a bunch of guys that are really, really good players. Without a bunch of guys that you come in and say, okay, who's the best player on that defense?
I guess you could say, Kurt. I guess you could say losing Clint Kubiak might be the biggest question mark going into next year, right? I mean, you could.
Well, yeah, I think we've seen some teams that lost their offense coordinators,
right?
And as much as it sounds like, oh, just plug another guy in because
right.
We've got the pieces and
ask
it'll
the
work.
Eagles. Ask the Eagles,
exactly.
man.
It doesn't always work like that. And so, yeah, I think that is a big piece there. But I think they've built this the right way. They've built it and had success with young guys and key critical components. So I do believe there's a chance for this thing to stay together for a while. And does that mean they can turn into a dynasty and become a great football team? It'd be fun to watch.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.